Japan meet. But let's talk about the European markets. They closed higher on Monday as investors assess the outlook for growth and inflation in light of recent data alongside the beginning of corporate earnings season. The FTSE saw its fourth straight session of gains and is now less than 100 points off its all-time high of 7,903, which it hit in 2018. The pan-European Stoxx 600 too closed about 0.5% higher. Okay, that's all about what's happening in the global markets, but of course these will have an impact on our own markets as well. So let's get in our research team to tell you just that, the market setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news and the action from the F&O space as well. Before we talk about the market setup today, no, actually we will talk about the market setup. Vivek is joining us to tell us all of it. Vivek, over to you.
Well, good morning. A very volatile trading session is what we saw yesterday. Markets cooled off quite significantly. Most of the rally that we saw on Friday, the recovery on Friday, mostly got sold into in yesterday's trading session. So going into today's trading session, not too many cues given the fact that you did see some major markets closed. As you mentioned, European markets extended their rally. However, the gains weren't very sharp. Now, coming to crude oil prices, a key thing to keep an eye out for, Brent futures actually cooled off a little bit from the recent highs that they were trading at, so down almost 0.4%, trading closer to the $84.92 a barrel mark. WTI futures down 0.3% at $79.6 a barrel. Now, when you're talking about the Asian markets, very mixed cues that we're getting in from there as well. Slightly on the lower foot, SGX Nifty 2 is indicating a muted start as far as our own markets are concerned. But what are the key cues? Q3 earnings season, that'll be the key thing to keep an eye out for. You did see, results yesterday. The Federal Bank numbers were very good. Today, key numbers include ICICI Prudential, ICICI Lombard, Bank of India, Delta Corp. These are the key four numbers that are in the F&O space. So markets will keep an eye out for them. And when you're talking about yesterday's trading session, almost 1% downtick for both Nifty as well as Bank Nifty from highs. So it'll be interesting to see whether that particular trend continues in today's trading session as well.
Okay, all right. That's the market setup. Thank you so much for that, Vivek. Over to Ekta now, who will start all the stocks that will be in focus in today's trading session. Hey, Ekta, good morning.
Morning. Well, I'll start with the windfall tax. There has been a revision which has taken place overnight. So we will see stocks such as ONGC, Reliance in focus on account of that. Separately, sources say that Shojit's corporation is likely to sell up to 1.6% stake in Samvardhan Motherson via a block deal. Siemens, it's an interesting order win there. They've signed a contract with the Rail Ministry for around a 26,000 crore locomotive project. Phoenix Mills subsidiary has completed the acquisition of Janus Logistics for 26 crores. India Pesticides has commissioned a herbicide technical at their Sandila plant, which is for basically export markets. Bank of Baroda, the government has extended the term of the MD and CEO until the 30th of June 2023. M&M has launched its first C-segment electric SUV. V-Mart, there was a fire accident that occurred at the company's store at Kanpur. Result reviews include Angel One, Kesoram Industries, Tinplate, and results today, ICICI Pru, Bank of India, and Mastech are a couple to look forward to.
Okay, all right. So those will be stocks in focus today. Ekta, thank you for that. Over to Nigel now. A lot happening in the F&O space as well. Nigel, tell us.
Well, that's right, Sonal. In yesterday's trading session, we had a bit of a down session on the Nifty itself, and the F&O data was more bearish actually, because they added shorts, they bought puts, as well as they wrote calls. So on the short side, they added close on 10,000 short contracts. They unwound some longs as well, which takes the short positioning to around 60%. On the index option side, well, they bought puts. They bought close to around 2 puts for every 1 call. So they bought 75,000 puts. That's telling you in case things go wrong, there is some cushion on the downside. But they're writing calls very, very aggressively. And that again tells you that 18,050, 18,150, that level, the bears believe that they have it and they're going to defend that mark, going by the kind of call writing that we've seen. Yesterday, which were the calls that were active? The 18,000 call, 18,100 call, both of them were fairly active in yesterday's trading session. Between them, they added more than 90 lakh shares. But the 17,900 put, it saw some unwinding, telling you some bit of skittishness on the bullish side, because that did unwind, yet that has the highest open interest on the put side. So the guess is that, in fact, maybe we'll continue to see a fight at around that 17,750 to around 17,800. Now, the PCI, remember when it goes to around 1.04, 1.05, in that vicinity, 1 plus, then we see a bit of a pullback. Now it's heading back towards the lower end of the range. At around 0.7 odd, we've normally seen a bit of a relief rally that plays out. So what are the levels you're looking at? Well, for the Nifty and the Nifty Bank, yesterday they almost went to the 20-day MA. In fact, they visited that, and from there we did see some bit of selling. So that becomes an important resistance zone. On the downside, we have seen on the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank, 41,750 and 17,750. That's the buy zone. So that's in the slot actually for the bulls, and odds are that that level will get defended. The SGX Nifty suggesting a bit of a flattish start. Maybe if you get a bit of an intraday dip and closer to around the 17,800 odd, maybe in fact, risk reward could favor you. But for the time being, the Nifty in a bit of a broad band. Back to you.
Okay, all right. So that's the market setup. Nigel, thank you so much for those F&O cues today. For now, we'll slip into a short break. We'll get you the highlights from the World Economic Forum's Davos Summit after this short break. Stay tuned.